break down the new movies from Comic-Con. Now, I say new movies, there's been a ton of movie news that was released, little snippets for movies that have already been announced and stuff, but right here we're going to just talk about the brand new movies announced at Comic-Con. And you have to start it off with Legendary. Legendary probably had the biggest showing at Comic-Con this year because they announced probably what every Godzilla fanboy has wanted for the past, I don't know, when's the last Godzilla vs. Mothra movie? The 60s?
70s?
70s? Somewhere in there? Yeah,
before
we were born.
Probably.
How about that? Yeah. Pre Brian and Brendan. So that's what it'll be. And that is because Skull Island, well, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. Godzilla 2 has been announced, and not only will Godzilla be in this movie, but they have announced some of the monsters he'll be fighting. So he'll be fighting the ilk of Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan. And now, Mothra is, of course, a giant flying moth. Ghidorah, I believe, is the three-headed monster, and Rodan is like a reptile type thing, too.
Cool.
So a lot of
back to the big monster battles.
Yeah, and I think you can really look back at Pacific Rim and how they even called them kaiju for the resurrection of this kaiju movie genre, which is pretty cool. I actually do enjoy that because Pacific Rim was actually pretty awesome. And now you think about it, and you're like, oh, those Godzilla movies really weren't that good back in the day. But think about what they can do.
Yes,
but think about what you can do nowadays. You can really spice it up with the special effects. You can add more of a human story to it because you can make the monsters more than just this floppy foam thing walking down the road. I mean you can do
I don't even care. I don't even care. Want it to be as floppy foam thing as you want. There was a bunch of like dragon things fighting King Kong. Why? Because we could.
Well, and then
honestly, you know what the Godzilla movies were? They were the setup that every like fanboy talks about all the time, and like fandoms compete with each other. Like, oh, I wonder who would win in a fight, this giant guy or this guy, right? You know, I wonder who would win in a fight.
It's just about
what it was.
It's about nerd fights.
Exactly, and they just made it into movies. Like, who would win in a fight, Godzilla or King Kong? Well, let's find out. Let's just do it. All right.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because Skull Island actually was announced towards the end of Legendary's panel. Which, if you don't know what Skull Island is, that is the island where King Kong comes from, actually. And so they were going to do a whole prequel movie on that, and they kind of teased a little bit that there might be a King Kong vs. Godzilla movie in the future too, after we go through Skull Island and the Godzilla 2 movie. So
a second one, a new remake of that, because they did that already.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but they'll
go through like all the big ones now. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's going to go through. So you already said like Mothra, right? So
Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan, they're all going to be in Godzilla 2. Is what I've heard is confirmed. So Godzilla's going to have to fight all three of those. And now I can't decide whether Godzilla's going to be the good guy or the bad guy, because sometimes he was the good guy and sometimes he was the bad guy. Like if he's in the movie by himself, he's definitely the bad guy destroying the city. Mm-hmm. But if he's in a movie with like the other ones, did they unleash Mothra and Rodan and all those guys to kill?
I thought Mothra was the good one. I don't remember. Well, I remember there was something that was they did have a good monster verse him a few times, like because I remember I saw a little meme about this recently where they go ask the fairies to ask some other monster to fight Godzilla.
The fairies.
It was like it's so ridiculous. It was just like, all right, yeah, whatever. That's ridiculous.
Where are we going with this one? But yeah. So, but I mean, I know in the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, didn't they unleash King Kong to fight Godzilla? So
I think that they were originally thinking that, and then King Kong went on a rampage, or King Kong escaped from whatever they had trapped him in or something. And so I never remember at one point they were fighting. They're like, hey, yeah, we're gonna get Godzilla. We're gonna do this. And the guy was like, yeah, okay, that'll work for Godzilla. But what about King Kong? And the general's like, what? King Kong? What?
Why would we unleash two giant monsters that can destroy the city? I don't know. It just seemed like the thing to do.
I know King Kong was not the good guy though by any stretch. He was just like, I'm gonna destroy everything, right?
Well, he is a giant monkey. He's got to do his thing, unless there's a beautiful woman that he can climb to the top of the Empire State Building with. Then he might be like,
all right.
You have to get Naomi Watts.
Unless there's Mario around.
Mario.
Why not? Donkey
Hey,
Kong, Mario.
there you go. There you go. He'll throw the barrels down. He'll climb the ladders. That could be maybe that's the new King Kong movie. Is King Kong versus Mario? It's got to happen. Why hasn't that happened? I don't understand. King Kong versus Mario. I mean, you could call it Donkey Kong if you want to, but we should see that. I'm down. You're not
Yeah.
down?
I mean, I think part of the reason why is because there was already a lawsuit about it, but I thought they resolved it and were like, hey, you know what? Universal, who tried to sue Nintendo for having Donkey Kong, they're like, yeah, hey, looks like it's in the public domain because you claimed it was in the public domain when you tried to make a movie about it. Oh.
The whole public domain fight. Which
Yeah.
is why I like public
That's
domain.
what they should have. Godzilla versus the public domain.
There you go. You pop up and like destroy the FCC building and all the government. And, no more copyright laws. Which I mean, it should be better that way. I mean, they should cut back a lot of these copyrights. They're out of control.
But if he's against the public domain, then maybe he's destroying all like the public libraries and leaving only copyright work intact. Maybe Godzilla's a copyright lawyer.
So he'll have a nice tie and a monkey fedora.
It'll be a courtroom drama with Godzilla.
I object, and he'll slam his fist
because
down. so yeah, hey, legendary pictures. I know you got all that stuff. But if you want to take any of our ideas that we just threw out there, because they are golden, go ahead and hit us up at Words to My Face. Yeah, at Gmail, Twitter, any of those places. But yeah. So other news from Comic-Con for new movies. Mad Max Fury Road was announced. And the cool thing about this is it is by the original director who did the first 3 Mad Max movies, which was Road Warrior, Mad Max, and Mad Max
Beyond Thunderdome.
Beyond Thunderdome. And one of the stars that's going to be in this movie, and it makes me actually want to see it, is Charlize Theron. So she's just good in every movie she does. So yeah, that'll be cool. So, but yeah, George Miller is attached to direct. So hopefully we'll get another cool Mad Max out there. No word as of yet from Mel Gibson, but I can't imagine he'll be in the movie.
Yeah, he would have to be like one of those. He's now really old and wandering around killing people. I don't know.
Slightly senile Max is what they're going to call him after that. Drunken Max.
Mad Max. It's funny though. Didn't they announced they have a Mad Max game coming out soon? They announced that before the movie. It sounds like unless we missed the announcement about the movie a while ago or something. But
no, this was the first time it was announced. Was at Comic-Con, as far as I know. So yeah, that's why I'm saying it's in the new movie section.
All right.
So, but yeah, another new project coming out. Jack Black is attached to the Goosebumps movie. Apparently, the plot will surround what if all got released into the world at one time. So Goosebumps, the old children's book. I mean, really, that came out and TV show. It came out pretty much. I was the demographic for that book when it came out because it started in the early to mid '90s, and that was really when I was about that age to read those books. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I hope they have the giant hamster. I think the giant hamster in that book ate some ooze and got giant. So that was my favorite one of them all. I don't remember what the name of it was, but that was my favorite.
It sounds like if Jack Black's attached to it too, hopefully it'll be a comedy. Hopefully it's not him trying to go a serious children's horror book route.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think you can have a serious children's book horror movie.
That's why it better be a comical one.
Yeah, true. And Jack Black, he's that type of character. Yeah, he does some more adult themed movie, but he also does some pretty good kids themed movies. So I'm looking forward to that.
Comedy,
that'll be pretty
fun. Yeah, it's good comedy. I think he's been in some serious stuff. I did not care. Did not care.
Yeah,
Jack
he
Black
was in some
I thought you're typecasted. You're a comedian.
Yeah, that's kind of your genre. That's where you should be. He was in a couple different movies. Like earlier on in his career, he was in some more serious movies,
like romantic comedies that he was in,
and they were horrible. So yeah, but yeah. Now this isn't confirmed, but rumors are that Joaquin Phoenix will be Doctor Strange in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. So that was a rumor that came out of Comic-Con, and I think he'll actually work pretty well. I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange. I think that'd be a really cool movie to do because it's still the superhero stuff, but it kind of takes you more to the supernatural elements, and so you can kind of go down different roads with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But really, you know what I was disappointed in? DC like did nothing. Like they did show some footage of Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, but that was about it. They didn't announce any of their new movies, and we talked about it a couple months ago, where like the whole slate was it was supposed to be what was unveiled for Comic-Con apparently, and the whole slate of movies was kind of leaked out there. I would have liked to have seen them kind of stamp it down and say, yep, these are confirmed, here's some actors attached.
Yeah, don't give up just because the stuff is leaked. We'll still eat it up, if we find info. Unless that's all they had. If all they had was a list, then come on, guys. You could have stepped your game up a little bit more than a list. Come on now.
Step your game up, DC. Marvel's killing you here, buddies. So, well, Marvel does have the better characters, in my opinion, because I don't like Superman.
Comic book fan fight down below.
Yes, please, let us know. And then, so one of the last pieces of news out of there was that you got the first trailer for The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, and that looks awesome.
You know what? I saw the poster for that, and it said the final, or like, I don't know, the final chapter or whatever.
It's like, no, this is the prequel chapters.
No, well, I was also thinking though, like that's probably actually pretty fitting, considering this entire battle that they're talking about for this movie was less than a chapter. So,
and they did in the book.
They didn't really show it in the book.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, when you split one book, which is the shortest of all four books made for the whole Lord of the Rings saga, and you split the shortest book up into 3 movies, I guess you have to add a couple extra pieces in here and there.
Yeah, the shortest book, which was even intended to be a children's book, and now you're trying to make this serious, big trilogy out of it. It's like, you know what? Honestly, I keep saying like they made a trilogy because they could. Lord of the Rings did so well. They're like, let's do it. Hey, let's do it in 48 frames per second, unlike what most movies are in 24 or whatever, because we can.
Yeah, because we have the money, we have the technology, we have the budget. We're gonna make the money back.
Stop us.
Yeah, we're gonna make the money back. So who's hating on that? I did forget to mention that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has already been announced. So yeah, the number 1 hasn't even been released yet, but number 2 will be coming out in 2017. So yeah. And I was kind of disappointed too from Marvel that they didn't give us any of these untitled movies. Really, just Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was the only one of the untitled ones that they revealed. So I was looking forward to like maybe a Deadpool movie or something like that. Wouldn't that be cool?
I thought they did say that there's going to be a Deadpool movie.
I don't have any solid, concrete evidence on that one.
You know what? I saw rumors about it, and I believe those rumors. If they did not announce it, you heard it here first. There will be a Deadpool movie next year.
Wow, next year.
Why not?
Okay, why not? Yeah, and I know Elizabeth Olsen was at the panel, and she's the one who's going to be playing Scarlet Witch, so that'll be interesting. She might get her own movie, and that's kind of touching on the borders of the X-Men stuff, because Deadpool was in the Wolverine movie, so it's kind of weird how they're dividing this. It's like they're not allowed to really mention mutants, but there's going to be some mutants popping up in these the Marvel Universe movies. So
okay. Looks like there was some test footage that was leaked, like, in the last day or so.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
So, yeah, there is some Deadpool stuff in the works, anyway.
Well, hey, I'm looking forward to that. So.
And then Marvel's going to be bitter about the leak. No Deadpool movie. They're going to scrap everything they've done.
They'll just be like, we will not make the hundreds of millions of dollars we would have made on this anyway. How dare you leak our information? But another thing about a Deadpool movie, that's going to have to be a little bit more gritty than some of the other ones, because Deadpool as a character, he's a little bit more of a foul mouth. He's a little less the hero. He's more the anti-hero. So
he's very much the dark, humorous hero.
Yeah,
hero at all.
If they don't make that movie a rated R movie, I'm gonna be upset. That's all I gotta say. It's got to be a rated R movie.
He's
I don't
not
think
a
PG-13 would do it. PG-13 just wouldn't cut. But that's all the new movie news that I got out of Comic-Con. So let us know what you think. Are any of these movies you're really looking forward to? Who is the best people to throw down in the Godzilla/King Kong fight realm? Let us know in comments down below. Are there any movies we missed that you're looking forward to? Hit us up at Words to My Face on Twitter, wordstomyface@gmail.com. Of course, Google+, Facebook, and I already said it like 3 times, but I'll say it again. Comments down below. Do it now.